What are the big takeaways from this year's Fleet Europe event? Which car makers have issued warnings about semiconductor supplies? And what is going on with purchase incentives in Italy? This is the Automotive Update, presented by AutoVista24. I'm Tom Geggus, AutoVista24's editor, here with the latest edition of the Automotive Update. I'm here to take you through the last 7 days of automotive news. This week, the doors opened to a fleet-focused event called Fleet Europe Days. And one of its attendees is here with me now. It's AutoVista24 journalist Tom Hooker.
Hi, Tom. How's it going?
It's going well, thanks. It's been a busy couple of days for you. Fair bit of travel. How are you holding up?
I'm holding up okay, thanks, Tom. I'll be honest, my brain still feels a little bit like Swiss cheese, but it's slowly getting better, and I have not fully unpacked yet either.
Well, hopefully you'll get some time to unpack soon, Tom. But before that, maybe we can have you unpack the event for us. How was it? How's it structured? Maybe give us just a brief overview first.
Yeah, sure thing, Tom. So it's the 11th edition of the event, and it's split over 2 days. Now, these 2 days consist of the Remarketing Summit on day one, and then the Fleet Europe Summit on day two. Both of the days are bookended with an awards night as well, and there was thought leadership conferences running over both of the 2 days. You also had the Fleet Europe Summit Village with a total of 84 exhibitors, including car makers, fleet and leasing and rental companies, tech startups and tech giants as well as electric vehicle charger providers and much, much more. There was also a test drive area with a wide range of models from hatchbacks, SUVs, sedans, and even sports cars able to take out, although it was quite rainy over the 2 days, so not sure how good the running was there.
Yeah, that could have been a bit interesting. Well, let's get into remarketing. What insights did you gain there?
That's a great question, Tom, but I think it's actually maybe a good idea to start with a definition of what remarketing actually means.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Let's do it.
So, remarketing is the process of reselling used vehicles, which are usually owned by businesses or fleets, through wholesale channels, often before they reach retail. Now, if we look at two of the biggest goals in remarketing, which is to maximize your turnaround speed of your vehicles, so you can then minimize the depreciation loss. And by the way, we've done a what is video on this subject if you want to understand it in more detail. And secondly, it's maximizing your recovery value, so you can improve your cash flow and your return on investment. Coming around to the event, I think a lot of the insights I gained were based on making this process more efficient. Part of that is, of course, understanding the wider new car market trends, and two speakers discussed this in great detail at the start of both days. This included topics such as electric vehicle adoption rates, which brands are seeing increasing or declining demand, and manufacturer-suggested retail price developments, to name a few. One presentation from Stellantis and Autobiz also focused on vehicle inspections and how the process can be automated with AI to improve processing speed. Another from Alphabet and BCA Europe showed how an automated fleet workflow system can be integrated into an auction platform. Then, in a similar vein, Santander Austria and Autoroller reviewed how they made the remarketing process more unified, combining inspection, valuation, and sales into one single ecosystem.
Tom, I'm picking up on a bit of a trend here. It sounds like smart systems, software, AI was probably quite a big deal at the event.
You're spot on. I mean, it's unavoidable at this point, really. It was also a big talking point at the Used Vehicle Retail Summit earlier this year, and unsurprisingly, it was a major topic in the remarketing and overall fleet space as well. First, I want to start with something that Sam Haymans, CEO and co-founder of car leasing company Lizzie, mentioned at the event that really opened my eyes. I mean, this is paraphrasing, but he said that if you're using AI for its most basic use cases now, that's okay. But if that's still the case in 5 years' time, you will not be a profitable or successful business in the automotive sector. His company uses automation for repetitive tasks, such as organizing digital mail or paper mail, and this enables over 25% of the remarketing workload to be handled without human intervention. Before his presentation, Scale Voice and Alres Holdings showed an innovative use case called Voice AI that can source vehicles with little to no human interaction, handling outbound and inbound calls, scheduling trade-ins, and updating systems in real time. According to a 60-day trial that they conducted, it reportedly increased acquisition rates.
So maybe take us through some of the other themes as well, Tom, because I appreciate it can't have all been AI.
Yeah, AI was certainly not the only major theme at the event. I think sustainability and ESG were also really center stage as well. This wasn't just trying to encourage people to buy EVs, but trying to change company culture to become more sustainable and also foster an environment that makes it easier for employees to go green. This was driven home by Polestar and Zeekr, and the two brands highlighted that sustainability is a key pillar in their business plans, not just something that's kind of pushed to the side. Part of the sustainability discussion was also about multi-life cycle leasing, which can further reduce environmental impacts. Another way to reduce your environmental impact can be from battery repair instead of replacement. This was something that Gabellini Automotive Group discussed, and it also has the added benefit of being much cheaper for customers as well. It isn't an easy task, though, with different brands requiring specific repairs. Then there was a couple of presentations, including one from SECRA, which is the industry body for dealers and repairers across Europe, that touched on the different distribution models being used by brands, such as Tesla's direct sales model and a new approach being taken by emerging Chinese brands. The final theme that I want to point out is that there was a great panel on women in remarketing and a women in fleet lounge area in the Summit Village Hall. The automotive industry is still massively dominated by males, and I think we need to see a change. The sector is evolving faster than ever before, so it's vital to have women in all parts of the industry. Otherwise, your vision will be much, much narrower than others.
Absolutely. So, Tom, if I could get you to sum up the event, how would you condense it for me as much as humanly possible?
It's a really tough question to answer, Tom. And I was thinking about this in my head when I was traveling back yesterday. How would I sum up this event succinctly? And in a way, that kind of is my answer, is that the automotive industry is becoming ever more complex with new entrants and business strategies emerging. You've got varying EV adoption rates in Europe combined with different incentives at a national level, possible regulatory changes, AI becoming more prevalent, changing consumer demands, and this is all on top of an uncertain economic environment. Ultimately, it's more important than ever, I think, to understand the market from all angles, but not only this, understand it faster than anyone else. Many of the topics I've touched on, I'll be discussing in much more detail in future Autovista 24 articles. So if you want to stay ahead of the curve, then keep an eye out.
I really couldn't have plugged your upcoming articles any better myself, Tom. So if you would like to check that out, there is going to be a companion piece to this podcast. Just head to the show notes for a link. And as Tom mentioned, there'll be even more content coming from him about the event very soon on Autovista 24. Why not sign up to our email? That way you'll get that news right to your inbox. Just go to our homepage and scroll to the bottom and fill out the form. Check out Autovista 24's YouTube channel as well. There you'll find our What Is Explainer videos, our launch report series, and our webinar recordings. And of course, subscribe to the Autovista 24 podcast wherever you listen to us. Volvo, Volkswagen, Honda, Nissan, they've all highlighted the possibility of temporary production pauses as a result of a disrupted supply of semiconductors from Nexperia, The Guardian has reported. This follows the Dutch government taking control of the Chinese-owned chip company last week. Hildegard Müller, president of the German Automotive Industry Association, the VDA, recognised Nexperia as a major supplier of semiconductors used in electronic control units for vehicle electronic systems, alongside other relevant industries. She said that the situation could soon lead to significant production restrictions or even a stop in production if the interruption of Nexperia chip deliveries cannot be resolved in the short term. On Wednesday this week, the Italian government launched an incentive scheme to advance zero-emission mobility. So when scrapping an older internal combustion engine vehicle up to the Euro 5 standard, private buyers from a defined economic background and living in an urban area could receive up to €11,000 towards the purchase of a new electric car. Meanwhile, small businesses were eligible for up to €20,000 for an electric light commercial vehicle. This scheme was backed by €595 million, with some funds supplied from the National Recovery and Resilience Plan. Now, you might be wondering just how long €595 million could last. And the answer is, it's already all accounted for. Just over 24 hours after the scheme went live, 55,680 vouchers were generated, reserving all of the scheme's funds, according to the ANSA news agency. A major reason for this is that the applications must be submitted before the new electric vehicle is purchased, but any funds that become available again will be reactivated for fresh applications. A big thank you to Autovista 24 journalist Tom Hooker for appearing in this episode. And additionally, a big thank you to Autovista 24 special content editor Phil Curry for co-producing. The music was Better Find a Solution Fast by Richard Ames. Thank you very much for listening to the Autovista 24 podcast.